Good day, folks. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another little chinwag. So I'm currently in North Wales here, in my own homeland, in a B&B, in an Airbnb. Beautiful place. I've been here before. Absolutely stunning little spot. And in this little video, I want to talk about Airbnb, or just Airb, should it be called now. Let me explain, folks. I don't know if you guys use Airbnb too much, but I've been using it since 2006. I think that was the year I used it the first time, and it was in the UK here, in Bristol actually. But ever since then I've used it quite often, you know, quite regularly all over the world. And when I first used it, it was Airbnb pretty much, you know, air, bed and breakfast, so you'd get a breakfast as well. That was just part of it, Airbnb, air, bed and breakfast, you know. So most places offered, even if it was just a basic breakfast, some cereal, some toast or whatever, you know, but there was always something there. Now, in the last few years, I've noticed that's becoming less and less of a thing. It's just becoming Airb, air bed, you know, you get in your bed, you don't seem to be getting a breakfast too much anymore, or it's an extra, you know, you can have it as an added extra, so you have to pay extra. So where I am here now, check this out. This woman who lives here, absolutely beautiful woman. I've just had a full breakfast, toast. There's all sorts of homemade jams here from her. Orange and grapefruit, ceviche orange and limon, loads, apple. All of these fruits will be from her garden, I'm guessing, as well, some of them, you know. Coffee, the coffee's on a little heating pad, so it's keeping the coffee warm for me there. Look at that for a spread, man. So we've just come back from a couple of European trips actually. The one I noticed it most, I guess, in was Austria. It's just not the same, you know, like you basically you book an Airbnb and it's about business these days rather than hospitality, you know, about like making you happy. Because you just get left the key in a little key safe. Very rarely these days will you see the owner of the place, you know, they give you a code to get in. I believe a lot of this happened through the pandemic, you know. Once everything opened again, certain people were still a little apprehensive about meeting people, so they started leaving the keys out in the little safety locks outside and stuff, so you didn't really get to mingle with them. And it's taken all of the personal side out of it, you know. Like Airbnb, back in the day, like I say, it used to just be if someone had a spare room or whatever in their own home, it would be that kind of thing, you know. You'd be staying with them and that's it. But now it's like it's a business. People don't even stay in these places. The cupboards are empty. In a lot of the places, there's not even coffee, tea, nothing. No, even like basic stuff. Maybe some toilet roll there, you know. That's it. Some towels, but everything else is just empty. So a lot of places just feel like an empty shell. There's like no soul in it, you know. And look at this place, man. Absolute. I'm not going to nosy too much, but this is the conservatory. This is where we have the breakfast. Beautiful view out looking over to the North Wales Valley there. You know, and when I came here, you know, last night just before going to bed, she was asking what I wanted for breakfast, and she gave me a menu so that she could get up this morning and make it, and I could hear her cooking away this morning when I was getting up and that, you know. And this woman isn't very young, you know, she's in her 70s, I think maybe even in the 80s, I'm not sure. Wow, man, a woman with such energy and such good skills at hospitality, it's unreal. So yeah, I don't know if Airbnb now, a lot of them should just be called Airb. Yeah, you're not getting any breakfast or any extras at all, you know. And all of the little touches in these little places like this one here, you know, the bedrooms have just got lovely little touches to them, you know. There's a little sink in the corner, and I don't know, just very, very cute and thought out, you know, just to make your stay comfortable. But a lot of these places now, it's all about the business, you know, and there's houses out there where they've got four or five bedroom houses, big houses, and they've just been made into Airbnbs, you know, and it's just, there's no soul there. You don't get that feeling of being in someone else's kind of space with them, or, you know, like just having that homely feel. You don't get a lot of that, you know. To me personally, that's how I feel. And especially around airports, I'm talking about Heathrow personally for me, because that's the one I use the most. Where sometimes when I come back from a trip, if it's too late to drive, I will just get an Airbnb nearby or something, you know. And my God, honestly, it's just, yeah, an empty shell. Just there's nothing in there, you know. It's crazy. I went to one. There was a huge kitchen, massive kitchen, beautiful kitchen actually, and there was no like utensils in there to do anything, not even to cook for yourself. Or there was, you know, a couple of plates, a couple of knives and forks, but no cooking facilities, no pans, no nothing like that. So you couldn't even make your own food, you know. So I'm just thankful for these kind of places where I'm staying here now, where they go to the effort to give you a very nice breakfast in the beautiful surroundings. So yeah, I'm kind of going off Airbnb more and more every time I kind of go to one now. They're adding extra fees on, and it's getting a bit more expensive. And like I say, it hasn't got that personal feel anymore. It hasn't got that. Most of them, I'm not saying all of them, by the way. I'm just saying like 80% of them these days, I would say, they don't have that personal kind of touch, you know. I preferred it back in the day, even if you had to share the house with whoever was there. Usually it was like, you know, a room at the other end of the house or whatever, so you had your own space. But there was just that personal touch. You could ask them questions about the area, yeah, just general chit chat with them. But now, like I say, it's just, you know, the keys there, see you later. You don't even see them, and there's no, I don't know. I'm just kind of repeating myself here now, but. What do you think, folks? How are you seeing this? Do many of you guys use Airbnb? I'm guessing some of you do. Have you noticed the difference? Should it still be called Airbnb? Or should some of them be called Airb? Because it's a little bit deceiving now. But yeah, I'm not just saying this, but I'm generally noticing here in the UK, they do usually leave you at least some of the basics in your room, like coffee, tea, maybe some biscuits or a couple of cakes or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So when you wake up, you've got at least something. But a lot of these money-making Airbnbs now, it's just money, money, money. And I can see why they do that. You know, I can see why people have jumped on that bandwagon. But at the same time, we pay a lot of money for these rooms. You know, they're not cheap anymore compared to like some hotels and that even now. So that's the reason I started using them, because it was cheap. It was very personal. I felt like my money was going into the pocket of the person that owned the house rather than like a big company. But now I feel quite the opposite. I feel like my money is going into the hands of some companies. Do you know what I mean? And I don't have that same feel. But I'm still thankful for it. I still use it all over the world, even though I'm slating it here. It's a very good setup. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love what it's about and stuff. You know, I just think some of these people now, they're just taking advantage of it, and it's just all about the money, and they're not putting them personal touches there for the actual people that are paying them good money for these rooms, you know. Anyways, enough moaning. I'm going to finish my breakfast. I probably should have finished this before chatting to you guys, but I just wanted to do this real quick. And I'm going to move on with my day. Enjoy the rest of yours, folks. I'll see you next time. Peace.